Hey, what's up? This is Jordan, the Mediocre Millionaire. Welcome back to the channel. This channel, we talk about how you don't have to be born into money. You don't have to be a super smart, college educated person to become a millionaire. All it takes is a little bit of hard work, a plan, and follow through. And everyday regular people like myself and maybe like you can fulfill those dreams of becoming a millionaire someday. So today's topic is kind of a weird one. Being that I'm a Christian man, I don't really like to tell people to lie about anything, but it's such a crazy story, and I do think that it explains the hustle mentality that you have to have if you are going to be jumping into business and trying to make it on your own. So I'm going to tell the story about how I ended up making, or my company ended up making about $220,000 or so over the life of a contract through a lie that I told in the beginning. So take you all the way back to 2016. This is about a few months after I had just started the company, or cleaning company. I was sitting in my basement. My wife was upstairs because she had started her home daycare. So we had like 8 kids in the home daycare upstairs. Kids running around, screaming, hollering, playing, crying, all that stuff upstairs. I was in the basement working on this like a foldable chair, foldable table that you use like at parties, outdoor parties and stuff, because we didn't really have a whole lot of furniture and stuff down there. So I had like a foldable table that I was working on, trying to figure out how I was going to grow the business. Ended up getting a random phone call. So I answered the phone. This is Jordan, like I always do. And the person on the other line said, "Hey, Jordan, is this," he talked about our cleaning company. "Is this a cleaning company?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I'm asking, "How can I help you?" He's like, "Well, I've got this situation. I'm wondering if you can help. Do you all clean floors? Do you do like stripping and waxing, refinishing hard surface floors?" At that time, I think maybe I had 3 employees. I think we had maybe 8 to 10 buildings we were cleaning. So we were a really tiny company. And we did no kind of floor work at all, like none. All we did was we took trash out on a daily basis. We cleaned bathrooms. We swept and mopped the floors, vacuumed, carpet. That was it. But we didn't do any like hard floor refinishing at all. But I knew that it was an opportunity, and that, since I have this by any means mentality, I'm like, if you paying to get floors done, I'll figure out how to get those floors cleaned for you. So without hesitation, when he asked, "Do you guys clean floors?" my response was, "Yep." Because I figured I'll figure it out. So he ended up explaining to me he's got, I think it was 9 buildings that needed all of their floors stripped and waxed. That means taking all the wax off of them and then putting 4 to 6 layers of wax on top of that to make them real shiny. So he needed, I think it was 9 buildings, ended up being like almost 100,000 square feet total. So this was a huge job for us. Was I sweating? Was I nervous? Absolutely. But I always say, don't panic, plan it. So the first thing I did was I started planning things. I started doing all kinds of research on YouTube University. So I did all kind of research on there, like how to price it, because I had no idea how much to price this stuff for. Had no idea how to do the process. I knew that it was a long process, and it took heavy machinery, but I didn't have any machinery. I didn't know anything about the process. So I started researching all of that stuff, like what's the first step to do this? What's the second step? How do you put the wax on? I did all that research myself. Then I started researching the machines that I needed. Ended up finding a used machine for about $200. And since our business had been up and going for about a year, close to a year, I did have some money that I could use. So I ended up spending that $200, bought a used machine, so I was ready there. But then I knew, like, if I go in there and do this work myself, I'm gonna tear these floors up, like bad. So started looking around, seeing who could help, who has done this kind of work in the area. Ended up finding one small group who jumped on the opportunity, told them, "I'm going to bid it at this much and I'll be able to pay you that much." And they were like, "Cool." So we ended up doing that. Ended up getting the opportunity to clean all of those floors one time around, just doing all of those once a year. The first building that we did, it didn't go very well. So I ended up reaching out to different companies, like telling them these are the opportunities that we have. We need this work done. Who can do it? Ended up having a cousin or two that had done that type of work before. I had no idea. So I brought them in to my basement and explained to them the opportunity, told them we can make this much. The company will pay you that much. And they were like, cool, because they were making a bunch of money off of this. Typically, a person doing these type of floors would make like $250 or so if they were doing this as an hourly employee. Well, my cousins were making like 10 times that to do these floors because I was paying them a percentage of the floor. So anyway, they ended up doing the work really well. So they ended up doing the remaining 8 buildings because that first company did 1 building, didn't go well. So then my cousin ended up doing building 2 through 8 or 2 through 9. And the client loved the way that the floors turned out. They were really happy with the work that we were doing. So then they contacted me again and they said, since we like the work that you've done with the floors, why don't you come in and give us a bid on doing the daily cleaning Monday through Thursday on all 9 buildings? I was like, okay. So we ended up making about $20,000 or so in like a month, which was crazy money to me because I think altogether the company was making like maybe $3,000 a week, something like that. So we were doing like $12,000 a month with all the accounts total. So this one account paying us $20,000 in a month was crazy. So we ended up bidding to do the cleaning for all these locations about $200,000, about $100,000 per year. And we had that account for 2 years until they had to rebid it out. But altogether, we made like $220,000 on that account. So that one account paid us all that over 2 years. And it all started from, I hate to say it, but it started from a lie that I told from the beginning when he asked me, do you guys clean floors? Knowing that we didn't, I said yeah, because I knew that my hustle mentality and my hustle spirit, I would figure it out. If they were willing to pay that much, I was willing to figure out how to get it done. So again, I'm a Christian man, so I'm not encouraging anybody to lie, but I'm just telling this story to explain the type of hustle mentality that you have to have. If somebody gives you an opportunity, don't just tell people like, I don't do that. Tell them that you'll figure out how to do it. If they're willing to pay for it, then you should be willing to do the research to figure out how to do it. So that is all that I have for you today. I appreciate the time as always. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that. The like always helps for sure because it helps the YouTube algorithm and all that stuff. It helps us be presented to people who aren't actively searching us out. So we appreciate the likes for sure. As always, God bless. Take care. Peace.